Hello and welcome to my channel. This will be my first video on the things that has happened in Vogel recently, or some of you may know it as Expanse. If you don't know what happened, which is most likely, someone named Nem bought the game from the previous owner, the seller, and after he did this, according to Elim, working for Nem was awful because of what he said was, all he asked me to do was for me to make Ackerman and let him play NPC just to play specs. He ignored me every time I asked for devs. He never implemented the things that the community I wanted or asked for, which, if true, sounds pretty terrible in my opinion. And he got replaced by someone called Zach. And apparently this was because of mediocre law on Elim's behalf. And then when Elim asked Nem to go into further detail, he just refused. So when Elim explained he cannot progress in law with no devs, which is Nem's job to find them, and then according to Elim, he lied to the entire community, saying that he gave me plenty of reasons and stuff, which if true is a really terrible thing to do. I'll show you the screenshot Elim has sent me. And his excuse for lying, which is, I literally texted that while walking, but alright, which in my opinion is a poor excuse for lying to your community. So then after all of that, Nem decided to replace him with someone, and then Elim said this. Instead of Zach reaching out to me and trying to work out the issues he had, he decided to go behind my back with Nem and get him to demote me. He obviously has more pull since he is debbing for Nem, and he's the only scripter. I asked Nem ever since the day he got project lead for devs. He ignored me or refused every time, not to mention Kenny was puppeteering his every move. Nem has no idea what he's doing. Kenny got him devs, told him what to do, walked him through everything, which I think's fine because he was a new dev and he was just being taught. I don't see an issue with this, but if he doesn't know how to do anything at all after that, that's not great for the community, but I'm sure it will improve. And then what Elim said, which is what I completely agree with, I would invite all new players to come try out Vogel and have fun. I don't hold anything against Zach or any law team, just Nem for how he handled the situation. Zach's a long-time friend of mine, and I have faith he can continue the law correctly. And I agree from my experience from the game, it was very fun and rewarding, even though Elim has been the law team since 8 months ago, May 2024. Now the seller, the previous owner of Vogel, who has moved on to her promising new project, Attack on Titan Despair. Now from the sneaks, it looks really good and I'd recommend it too. They're both good games. There are links in the description to their Discord servers. But anyway, onto the seller's part when I interviewed her. It was a different take from what I expected considering the community's upset of this news. But according to the seller, working with Elimus was, in quote, okay. He had a really good way of words and he knew how to write fulfilling stories. But I sadly have to agree with Zach and Nem in saying that sometimes they did have plot holes. Communication with him could have also been a bit better, not only from my own experience, but of others that have worked with him. Overall, I don't have any ill feelings towards him. He's a good guy. Just didn't fit in the team and the vision Nem had. And so when I asked her if she reckons Nem demoting Elim was justified, she had this, to be honest, really fair response. Honestly, I think it's relative to the person, but I wouldn't say he's in the wrong doing so. It's his game, and he's the owner. If he wants to demote someone, it's justified. It's his team. I think that Vogel is a great game, and Nem is just a growing owner. Obviously, he's not going to be as good as the seller. That's because he lacks experience, and that's totally fair. I see a lot of potential in this game, the community, and Nem himself. I've made some good friends and some really nice people, but my big criticism of the Nem and Elim and just the whole situation in general was just a real lack of communication. because I really enjoyed the game and I really do recommend it honestly. That whole section there where about what Elam said when Zack was going behind his back and trying to demote him by talking to Nem was, according to Vasella, did not happen at all. In what she said herself, Zack never went to Nem about a demotion. It's something that Nem decided and Zack didn't encourage. I didn't make this video out of hate or spite or anything except trying a game that I held dear to my heart when I played it, and the potential was crazy. The footpath is there. If you're seeing this, Nem, please just understand this might be in hate in your opinion, but I just really like your game and I thought this whole situation could have gone a lot smoother if there was a lot more communication. And I know quite a few people have left because of it, and you got a little bit of backlash as well. But I don't think all of that's justified. And thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate your views, and if you're even watching this, I really do appreciate it. So thank you. Sorry for the stutters and everything, just my first video, a bit nervous, reading off the script's hard. I'll be doing more fun content, just something I wanted to talk about today really.